Yeah, I don't care, man. I don't like the state of Israel. I don't like the whole. I don't like the. I'm not against the belief that the Jewish people should have a homeland.
Yeah.
By all means, go for it, dude. Everybody has that, right? But the way you're going about it is not. It's not good.
Not right.
Yeah.
That's genocide, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the shit. You wanna hit it?
Yeah. Sorry, man.
I'm gonna hit the shit.
I got some too in here. And then we'll finish it.
Hell yeah. I actually have some questions, dude, for you.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah.
Some people want to know.
You want to know?
Yeah.
Damn.
We kind of talked about, but we're getting into that now. You know, like, how do you feel about the Israel-Palestine situation, dude?
I don't like it. It's fucked up, man. I don't like that extremity it's going on for the whole. Because I looked at both sides of the arguments, right?
I think that's the important thing.
Yes, right. What the Jewish people are saying about Israel being their homeland, it's in the Bible, right? It's what it used to be called, this and that. I get it. But they left there a long time ago, right? They got expelled from there a long time ago. The people that are living there now, why should they be getting kicked out? That's like, did you build this house?
Yeah, most of it.
You guys?
My family did, yeah.
But like physically, like,
oh no,
from the ground up, no, right?
No,
somebody else built it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like if their fucking great grandkids came back and they're like, well, my dad built this house.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking dumb.
I'm gonna take some of it because you know that's you know what happened. And then you're like, okay, and then they just keep taking more, and they're aggressive about it. They're not nice about it. They're fucking you up. All they're doing, they're killing your people, starving them. You know, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
that's a perfect analogy, dude. Like, honestly, because that's exactly what's going on right now.
It really is. And it's like, I get it. Your people used to be there, but they weren't there now.
Yeah.
And that's what fucking matters. You can't come back and be like, well, it's ours. It's like, well, what the fuck? Then Native Americans should be fucking taking back the land back from white people at that point. You know, like, that's their fucking land. You came here, you destroyed it, you took over it. It's all colonizing at the end of the day. Yeah. Right? And I think that's why the people that are backing Israel up, it's like they have to, because otherwise it challenges their
main tyrant
sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I say the United States is not a legitimate state. It's not. It was founded on genocide. It was found under the enslavement of black people. Mm-hmm. Right? And no, this is not a legitimate state. It is not a sovereign state. We like to call it, we like to treat it like it is because we have military might. You know, we could back up whatever the fuck it is.
That's all we have.
That's all we have. Mm-hmm. We're bullies, dude. Yeah. That's one thing I saw when I was out in the Navy. We are global bullies.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Real time, saw that shit. And yeah, man. So that it's not right. Mm-mm. It's not fucking right, dude.
So it's clear you stand with like Palestine, right? Like
100%.
Yeah, dude. Because I feel like as Latinos too, if it's almost like if you're not standing with Palestine, like what the fuck are you doing? You know, like
yeah,
dude. Like we've experienced that firsthand. You know, like
and you're seeing like to what extent it's going. Right?
Yeah,
genocide is the extremist side, right? Yeah. That is the last side of the spectrum, bro. Like they can't fight back. Mm-hmm. I've seen too many videos of kids dying to be like, what you're doing is justified. No. And that's what bothers me the most. It's like you said it. We're seeing it live. Mm-hmm. You're either choosing not to see it, or you're fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like the proof is right there. What is it gonna take for you? Like one guy I hate is fucking Michael Rapaport. He calls himself the proudest Jew in Hollywood now, and this motherfucker.
The comedian? Is he the comedian?
He's a piece of shit. That's what he is.
That's what he was, right? The redhead
he's a comedian.
Yeah, Fuck dude.
That guy.
That sucks, dude.
He sucks so much. Yeah. And yeah, he's just propagating for Israel. Like, no, and you know he's paid. Yeah. You know he's getting paid. Like, are you kidding me, bro? He literally sold his humanity. He sold his fucking humanity, bro. Like, how are you not seeing what's going on as being wrong, bro?
Didn't he also go, like, supposedly go to Israel?
He went, yeah. Right? And he did his bar mitzvah at like 60 years old. Bro never had a fucking bar mitzvah, and he thinks he's a real Jew. All
that's
of a sudden,
shitty ass shit, dude.
Bro. And even
that's low.
That's yeah, man. It's
that just shows you though, like how you said it's propaganda. You know, that you're being pushed to that agenda, and dude, that brings me to my next point, dude. About remember in the beginning how there were like the whole beheadings of like the babies.
Yeah, some lady started that false.
And it was fucking bullshit, dude.
Yeah, they investigated and there was no proof.
No, and the thing is, like, when people ask for proof and, like, investigation, they were like, how dare you? How dare you ask for proof and investigation? Like,
I would 100%
yeah, dude, of course you need to, you know, like, it sucks to say, but it's like, come on, dude. Like,
show me the proof. Yeah. Because I got proof of all the fucking massacres they're committing. See it fucking live. I got it right here, baby girl. Let me go.
Yeah, you know? They're like, no, how dare you? You know, it's just like, and it turns out it's fake. You know, like, it was all fucking bullshit, dude.
For the propaganda.
Yeah, and it's like, what does that tell you? And it's not the
first time. It's not the first time. They did the same shit when we fucking invaded, I think it was Iraq or one of those fucking Middle Eastern countries. They're like, oh, the fucking Taliban went into the hospital and took 40 babies out of the incubators and just, you know, dropped them on the floor and squished their heads. And so it's a tactic. Yeah. Right? It's a tactic to fucking instill emotion.
Like, oh, fuck. Because barbarians, you know.
Do you remember 9/11?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Do you remember the day of, like, what happened? Yeah.
When I was a kid, yeah, dude. Like, when it happened. Like,
what happened when what happened?
Like, okay, like, I remember going to school. I was late that day, dude.
Yeah.
But my teachers were playing that shit on the TV screen, dude. Like, and there was no class, dude. There was no class because everybody was tripping out what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And in my head, it's funny because I thought it was a fucking earthquake, dude. I'm like, oh, it's an earthquake. And I was telling my classmates, like, oh, you're talking about the earthquake that happened? And they're like, earthquake? Like, no, a fucking plane just crashed. And I'm like, what? And then, you know, that's when I started looking at the TV and they're like, oh shit. Like, and they started talking about terrorist attack. That's the first time I've ever heard of like terrorists or terrorism, like hating America, shit like that, you know? That's all I remember, dude. But then afterwards, of course, the truth is
everything. Yeah, how it unfolded, right?
Yeah,
I remember that shit too. Walking into class, my teacher was crying, bro.
Yeah,
she was crying, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why is she crying?" And she's like, "This happened today, this morning in New York City, blah, blah, blah." And then she like turns the TV on and she plays the news. And I remember seeing the fucking planes, blah. And I was like, "Damn, that's fucking crazy."
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, "So what? Like, so like." What's going on? Like, what's the big fucking... Like,
yeah, because
I'm like, did you know somebody on the plane? Yeah. And then, you know, and then I'm like... But she's like, no. And then, like, I guess they started explaining it, that they got attacked. And I guess there was a whole, like... It was a wave of fear that, you know, we were vulnerable, right? Like, oh, America can be attacked at any fucking time, right? But the truth of it was, it's like, no, the military knew what was going on. What was going on.
Yeah.
And they decided not to act on it, right? Like, are you kidding me? The fucking fighter jets could have shot those motherfuckers down at any given time, yeah? You know, but they all took the day off that day. Like, what? Bro. But it's like, so, and George Bush Sr. used to be the head of the CIA, right?
He know Osama, no?
Huh?
Didn't he know Osama?
He fucking trained the Taliban, bro.
Yeah.
But trip out. They had planned a similar strategy as a means to invade Cuba in the 50s. Attack the World Center, bomb it with planes, and blame the Cubans. Say the Cubans did it.
Oh, shit.
That
I did not know about, dude.
Yeah. That is, you can look that up. He had drafted a plan to fucking invade Cuba by using that exact same tactic.
Fuck.
And lo and behold, who used it? His fucking son. Yeah, bro.
And you know, it makes so much sense because as kids, we didn't know any about that.
You don't.
And then, like, I think there's like records of how I think there was like a 2 week or 2 month, like, or 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
That we felt very American and patriotic again. You know,
yes,
like we're so together, but it faded away quickly.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's also because we found out that there was more to it than just, some people in fucking that hated America and hated democracy.
Yeah.
Like,
if you question, like the war,
like, wait, what's going on? You know,
like,
and then of course, like, there's more people that came out. Like, you know what? There's more to it than this.
Yes.
You know, the loose change came out. What's it called? Fahrenheit 9/11 came out. You know, dude. Like, and I feel like there's more to it. You know, there was more to it, and then Zeitgeist came out too, talking about all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start thinking about it, and it's like, oh fuck, these people were all together. You know,
they were
like,
in on it.
Yeah, and then hearing recordings of like how you said like that day it just so happened that everybody was on the day off, you know, like, and then when they called it in, they were like, oh, is this simulation or is this real time? I was like, what the fuck you mean? Like, oh, so it was simulated already.
Yeah.
You know, they would have had already practiced these things, you know, so they didn't know whether to, it was like something that we're practicing or actually going on. And it happened, you know, like, so there's so much shit, dude, like, oh, right there that there's so much distrust in the government, you know, like,
yeah, they leave the cookie crumbs, you know, the crumbs are there.
And we're not stupid anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we saw that back then, and we saw like the cracks going, you know, like the cracks that were going, and then we saw the truth, you know, and now we're seeing it like today with the Israel-Palestine thing too, dude. Yeah,
and it's, dude, like the propaganda that they use, like the shit that they say to fuck it, like, it pisses me off, man. Like you guys aren't even trying to hide this shit. You know, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, there's no shame, is what it is. When I was at the protest yesterday, any acts of aggression they would throw out, and people would be like, shame, you know, like shame, yeah, because there's no shame, dude. They're slaughtering, dude. They threw flour on City Hall for the flour massacre that happened the other day.
To stop the funding and arming of this criminal occupation that wages war against the men, women, and children of Gaza. And we will not...
What do you mean? What, the flour massacre?
The flour massacre? So a couple days ago, there was I don't know if you've been seeing, but there's no aid trucks going into Gaza right
They
now.
stopped it.
Yeah. And then even Israelis are protesting it and like preventing them from going in. But I guess a couple days ago, one went in with flour, right? Dude, these people, they're starving, man. So they all fucking run into it to like
get the
food. As they're doing that, the Israelis open fire. Drones, tanks, guns, killing 100 people, injuring 700 more. And then you look at you look at the pictures, dude, all the flower boxes are covered in blood. Like, they just fucking let them have it. For what? These people are desperate, yes. You know, and then they paint them out to be animals. Like, oh, look at these animals.
These barbarians.
Look at these barbarians, right? They're not civilized like us, but it's like, bro, like, the conditions you have them in, it's like... And then the audacity to shoot them, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, what is your, you know, like, what? Like, you say you don't want to kill them all, but you're killing them all. So what the fuck is it that you're doing? What are you doing here? And I honestly, they're getting rid of them.
Yeah.
They're just getting rid of them.
Just finding any excuse to fucking exterminate.
Oh, they're terrorists.
Yeah.
You know, like, kill them all. Get rid of them. Egypt, here you go, bro. You know?
That's sad, dude.
It is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It is disgusting. And you know what, man? The thing is, and this is what worries me, right? It's like, it's the people, it's the Jewish people that are going to suffer for it at the end of the day. They really are. Right? Whatever's going on, whatever Netanyahu's doing, they're the ones that are going to take the brunt of it. The world is seeing what's going on. And if you stand with Israel...
You're not going to come out as a good person.
You're going to get... Dude, the Jewish people have the biggest victim mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, you're anti-Semitic. Right? At this point, it's like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah. Well,
just you can shut the fuck up. Like,
I am then.
You know, like,
whatever.
I don't approach, like, what's going on in Israel, Palestine, it's like the fact that you're okay with that says a lot about you.
Yeah.
About your humanity.
That's the thing that gets me mad, dude. It's just like, it's not the fact that we're anti-Semite, but we're just anti, like, fucking...
them.
Yeah, dude. Like,
right? My buddy showed me, have you seen Ari Shafir's Jew? That's the name of his special, Jew. Check it out, bro. I learned a lot watching that, actually. Watching a lot, like, because that's all it is. He talks about the Jewish culture, but he's a stand-up comedian, you know? He's friends with Rogan.
Yeah. With Bobby, too.
Yeah, and it's pretty good, man. I enjoyed it, but I learned a lot about, like...
The culture
and why they are the way they are. And Jewish people, they stay within themselves, bro. And he's like, there's a lot of inbreeding there.
Oh, man.
You know, so that whole mentality, like, there's probably some fucked up shit up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, But that's neither here or there. They don't want to get DNA tests. They don't want to fucking get that shit.
Well, they're their own fucking government, dude. They're their own world. They're their own.
I am worried for them, man, because I'm telling you, the world's seen what they've done, and it's like they're not gonna let it go. These people have been persecuted for the last 5,000 years. Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Do you think it's because they're good people?
The martyrs, huh?
They're God's chosen people.
Yeah, that's what they say, dude.
Yeah, they're God's chosen people.
That's why they suffer so much, because they have to, you know, because God picked them to.
I don't want to say anything negative, but I'm like, you guys have been persecuted for that long, probably because you have shitty fucking morals,
hey, man,
dude.
That's fucking true, dude.
Yeah, I hate to
honestly, like, yeah, it's true, man.
So fucked up, dude. When I was driving to the fucking protest yesterday, he's like, the guy that's driving my buddy is like, fuck. He said something about Hitler being right.
Yeah,
and then I went like that, and I was like, and he's like, why are you reacting like that? He's like, what? Are you trying to say he was right? And I was like, no, but I'm like, I'm not gonna say he was wrong either, you know, like.
That's been a lot of shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like that. Like, there's people too on like what they call making videos like, you know who's gonna deserve to die. you know, and people are just like, making like, you know, it's just like, fuck, dude. And it sucks, you know? Like you said, at the end of the day, man, history is going to reveal.
Yeah, dude. We're going to see people for what they're for.
Exactly. And, dude, I was going to talk about the Aaron Bushnell situation.
Yeah.
I think that shit was fucked up.
That shit wasn't cool, man.
Yeah.
That shit hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, hearing him scream like that shit hit me, bro.
You saw the video?
I saw the video,
yeah. Me too, dude.
And the fucking cop that just had his gun pointed in the entire time, man. What the fuck?
I didn't see that.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw
You didn't see the response to it?
Mm-mm.
When the EMTs came, and then the first responder was like, I don't need a fucking gun, I need a fire extinguisher, bro. Like, and the dude was just there, fucking pointing his gun at him like he was gonna fucking attack him or something, bro. The whole time. The whole time,
dude.
It's and then people are like, "Yep, that's America." Yeah, if there's a fire going on, point your gun at it.
That's fucking stupid.
I honestly, like, I would like to know what was going on through that guy's head. You know what I'm saying? Like, were you scared, buddy? Were you worried for your safety and the safety of others? Where a guy was
he in shock?
Maybe. I could see that. That's really shocking,
like, because honestly, you don't see that shit every day.
Self-immolation, that is no fucking joke.
Yeah, man.
You know?
That's why I feel like this is like a case that really stands out, dude. Because
it is a very extreme form of protest that we have seen in the past. Mm-hmm. We have seen this before, right? And it's like, get the fucking point, bro. Like, if people are burning themselves alive in the public so you can, like, see where you're wrong, like, what the fuck, dude?
And afterwards, I saw that you posted something about like TS or
his clearance. Yeah, because people. So I knew this was gonna happen. I knew once it was all said and done, they're gonna try to look for ways to discredit his cause, right? Mm-hmm. They're gonna try to discredit him. He's crazy. He has mental illness.
Yeah.
Right. So, in the Navy, right, when I was in the submarines, they would always fill us with this propaganda of, oh, you guys volunteered twice, right? So to be on a submarine, you have to volunteer to be on a submarine, unless they kind of force it upon you. But that's
like a little loophole in a way.
That's another case.
Yeah.
But for you to actually serve on a submarine, you have to volunteer for it. So they always tell us that you volunteered twice. Bullshit, right? When you get there, they have to conduct a series of investigations on you to give you clearance because you're going to be handling classified information. Now, that entails I had to give up information of my friends and family around me to be interviewed by NCIS. NCIS sends an agent out to these locations, to these people, contacts them, and fucking interviews them and asks them about the individual. I remember talking. I think because my next door neighbors, I listed both of them, and one of them, they're Mexican, right? And so they got scared, bro, that some white guy in uniform was fucking
up,
yeah, like knocking on their door. The guy called me too, and he's like, hey man, he's like, I went to this house, and he's like, I could see through the shades that there's people there, but like they were kind of hiding and shit. And I was like, fuck, dude, you know, like, so I had to call my neighbor, and I'm, hey bro, like, there's some guy that's gonna go and ask you questions about me. Just talk to him, you know, tell him, you know, how you know me, this and that. And he's like, oh, all right, man, yeah, like, we were a little sketched out at first, but like, we'll talk to him.
Understandable.
Yeah, you know, like, we're Mexican, you know, we're Latinos, bro, like, we fucking, you hear the doorbell, you run. But so yeah, they went there, and yeah, they interviewed all of them. They asked him, like, what kind of person is he? Does he do this? Does he do that? Does he have mental health issues? Is he suicidal, right? Shit like that. So they don't hand these things out to just anybody, right? They fucking go and they nitpick, and they're gonna make sure that because you know how much it costs to get someone clearance? At least back then, this was 2013, 14. $20,000.
Oh shit!
And that's just for basic clearance. For TS SCI, that's even more money, right? So you're already a $20,000 investment, and that's how we always saw ourselves in the military.
Investments.
We're investments. They're putting this much money into you, right? So that's why they don't want you to leave. Once you're in there, they try to keep you in there, and they do it with money, or they, you know, like, yeah, they'll, but you're an investment at the end of the day. So yeah, and I remember they interviewed me as well, and they asked me this question: have you ever done drugs? Have you ever done acid? This and that, and you know, and I told them no. I was like, no, I've never done that shit, man. You know, like, but I got the clearance, you know, and honestly, I was one of the few people on submarines that has that clearance. So that even my clearance is harder to get than what most of the guys on the submarine had.
For real?
Yes. Because there's a secret clearance, and then it's top secret clearance. And then top secret SCI, which SCI stands for Secret Compartment Information. That's a whole nother like subset of that.
Oh shit.
So within the submarine, in the radio room, that's what we called it, we worked behind a locked door. Nobody could go in there. Nobody except the captain and a few officers. Yes. So see, this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, nobody, not even, no, like, unless you're a radio man, you didn't know the code, right? Because you had to punch in a code to come in. Most people rang the doorbell, and we would answer, like, the fuck you want? You know, like, I loved it, dude. It was fucking great, man. The radio room, like, and if any, and
how do you get that, or what? Like, is it just something you apply for? Like,
so when you go to sub school, well, not even just sub school. When you join the military, they make you take what's called the ASVAB, right? That's an aptitude test to see what you're good at, what kind of skills you have, right? How do you think? How do you operate?
Okay.
How can we use you? I scored, the highest you can get is 99. I scored 88. And because of that, they're like, oh, you qualify for the nuclear propulsion program. I was like, cool, man, you know? And then so they're like, all right, well, you got to take a test first, like another test. It was all like chemistry and like, it was mostly chemistry and like how shit works, like
physics and shit.
Like yeah. And I did good on the test. I passed the test, but they looked at my high school transcripts, and they're like, you got a few, like, I had 4 fails.
Damn, they even look into that, dude?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
They have to, bro. I'm telling you, because it's like they don't take just anybody for this shit.
Fuck.
Yeah. Like, the lowest they'll accept, I think, is 35, and at that point, they'll make you like a cook or something. Sorry. If there's, you know, like, cooks are dope too, man. You know, they're the fucking blood force of
hell yeah,
the military. Yeah. But you know, they'll give you the jobs that don't require a lot of thinking. And so yeah, they looked into my transcripts and they're like, you got 4 fails, and I was like, yeah. And they're like, you need to write an essay for why you got each one of those fails. And I was like, well, fuck, okay. And I did, you know, and I think for one of them, like, I just said I was going through like some hard times, this and that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the case may be, that wasn't good enough for them. So they're like, no, you don't qualify. And I was like, okay. So I'm like, well, what's the next thing I could choose? They're like, well, you got a good ASVAB score. They're like, what you can also do, because they always they try to sell the nuclear program, because the guy who recruits you gets a bonus for that. So they're always like, that's their first, like, oh, you scored high, let's go, yeah. And the nukes will tell you too, like, the nukes hate being nukes. They hate their fucking job.
So they got tricked into that shit, or what?
That's what they say, yeah. And then especially the school, I heard horror stories about the school, but that's a whole nother thing. And so they'll try to sell you on that. So I'm like, what's the next best thing? He's like, well, you can get what's called SCCF, which is Submarine Communications and Electronics Field. And I was like, well, I don't know shit about submarines. So I was like, well, fuck it, let's go. And I did it. And I signed up, and then and then when you get to sub school, it's kind of like Harry Potter, where you're like, well, what do you want to be, you know? Like,
the sorting hat.
Yeah. And so like, put your wish list, and I picked. I've heard, you know, like, I would ask around. I think I did like some research on like, what does the internet know about submarines, you know, and like the community and this and that. And then they're like, oh, go for radio, man, go for it. They're like the chillest job and shit like that. And I was like, fuck it, yeah. So I put radio men, and then so radio men are the only ones that get that clearance, because we handle the message traffic that goes to the captain. And then we would get messages from the POTUS, from President of the United States.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
dude.
like what our mission objectives were. So it's like, we're handling this information, so we have to have the clearance to see this information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was mainly our job, right?
So it's no joke.
That is no joke. Yeah, you like. Yeah, we would be in the know, dude. And I mean, we would.
So not anybody can just get that fucking clearance.
No, hell no. Yes, and that's what I'm saying, right? Most of the other dudes, sonar, fire control, the guys in the front with us that like operate the boat, and even the nuclear, everybody else on the submarine, they just have regular secret clearance. Just regular secret. Secret is the most basic clearance.
General.
You can get. Yeah.
General admission.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So then, Snowden, he operated probably under SCI. Damien, right?
So he was in the know too, like all that shit. He got all the. Damn.
But at the same time, clearance doesn't get you full clearance. There are things such as like need to know. It's like, you may have the clearance, but do you need to know this information? No, then get the fuck out. Right? They 100% can do that. They did do that, yeah. Need to know is like a whole concept that you have to learn about. And yeah, so they definitely go into your background to see what kind of individual you are.
Yeah. Before
they give you this clearance. So when Aaron Bushnell is being discredited as having mental illness, and he has a SCI clearance, then that means you fucked up.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're going to take that credibility, right? Or that accountability.
Now it makes sense.
Yes.
Now it makes sense, like what you're saying. Like, it makes sense what you're saying. It doesn't make sense. You get me?
Yes.
Because it's like, how are you going to get that clearance if you're stable? Like, all that. Now you're saying, oh, he was mentally unstable. Like,
he had to have been some fucking genius.
Yeah.
Or some fucking actor to go through all that bullshit. All that bullshit just for him to fucking end up. No.
That's true.
He dude, and you can compare him. Actually, this is why I fucking love him, dude, because he didn't hurt anybody but himself. How many fucking white kids do you see go and shoot up schools, shoot up fucking grocery stores, and all these motherfuckers, they always have a manifesto. I don't know why they always have a fucking manifesto. Right? And this one, I think of the fucking... Fuck you, dude. Yeah. You're a little bitch.
Fuck yeah.
You fucking go and attack people that fucking... You know?
It had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. And what happens to these kids? They usually get walked out in handcuffs. They never get shot down. Have you seen the videos of Uvalde? The elementary school that got fucking...
In Texas?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit's horrible.
Have you seen that video? Have you seen the cops just chilling
right
on their phone?
Playing...
In battle gear,
bro?
Yeah, dude.
What were they playing? I forgot what game they were playing.
Like, that infuriates me. You know what I'm saying?
That was a whole fuck up, dude.
Right. And you never talk about how fucked up they are.
Yeah.
But you see this vet is fucking, you know, self-immolate in protest for what he is about to do for his country. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. The hypocrisy, dude.
The hypocrisy is real.
Yeah. That's fucked up, dude.
Dude, and honestly, I don't give a fuck, man. I honestly think all those shootings, they're CIA operations.
You think so?
100%.
Something behind them?
Absolutely.
Dude, you know
the
what?
Vegas one?
Oh, I was about to bring that one up.
The Vegas one? Are you
I got into a fucking rabbit hole in that shit, dude. Because I was just like, how the fuck does that happen? And
CIA.
the fact that, like, okay, there's
CIA or some fucking shadow government.
Yeah, something's going on, dude. Because
they got brushed. The guns away.
It got brushed, you know, like, and also, like, there was no more investigations into it. But the fact that there was, like, multiple witnesses were saying, like, oh, there's multiple shootings in different places, you know, like, there was not just one shooter.
Slow down the fucking the decibels, and then you see that there's two guns being operated.
So I'm like, and then the fact that that guy didn't even have a chance to speak. I just
killed him.
Yeah, it was just so fucking weird, dude. And I saw the videos and everything. And I was just like, dude, something's off with this. You know, like something's really off right here in Vegas, dude.
In Vegas, yeah. And even after that whole bullshit, dude, every time I go to some fucking, like, public festival or some shit like that, I think about that, man. Like, fuck, what are the chances of someone... Dude,
just
the fucking...
setting it up and
Besame mucho. The first one I told you, I dropped acid there, and then I just remember seeing the cops chilling at, like, the top of the hill.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, fuck capitalism, this and that. It's a fucking money grab. I was talking all kinds of shit.
You were right there?
Hell yeah, dude, in the front. I was just screaming it at the stage. And then, and I was like, fuck, what if they fucking snipe me from that? Yeah, you know, just take that motherfucker out. Bah! I was like, damn.
You know what? I trip out on that shit too, man. Like when we went to Signal World, especially in Vegas, dude.
Yeah.
You know, when we went to Signal World, and I was like, oh, fuck, you know, like, but some shit happens over here too.
You never know, man. Yeah. You never know who's fucking having a bad day, right? Because that I've heard that as a fucking excuse. I think it was the Florida shooter. He was having a bad day. Decided to shoot up a fucking 5 black people. And what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
You fucking kidding me?
It's always gotta be aware of your surroundings.
Yes. Always look for the exits at any given chat because you never fucking know, dude.
Yeah, I learned that shit like, well, you got to, man.
Even I go to the theater a lot too.
Me too.
Yeah, and then even there, bro, because my family, they actually live by the theater that got shot up by the dude that for the Dark Knight.
No way.
Yeah, they took me there. And I remember asking them, like, what'd they do? And they're like, they closed the auditorium down for a good while. Yeah, but I think they, like, opened it up back up recently. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they went in there and just fucking... Like, fucking, you know?
And they recently did it for the Purge, too. I think my coworker just told me, dude.
Really?
The last Purge, I forgot which one it was.
Someone went in there fucking...
Someone shot in the movie theater. I'm like, dude. But you know what happened to me in the movie theater? The earthquake.
Oh, the last one?
One of the last ones, yeah. It was fucking scary, dude.
Wait, which one? What were you watching?
Spider-Man. The new Far From Home.
Oh.
That was a couple years.
That was a couple years ago.
But it felt so surreal, dude. Like, it was like one of those fears that you get, you know, like, because you're sitting down and you just feel everything shaking and everybody's looking at each other like...
Because they're screwed to the ground.
Yeah, dude. And then we're like... Is this really happening? You know, and like an earthquake. Everybody's like questioning to themselves, like, earthquake. And you keep feeling it, dude. And we're like, oh, it's an earthquake.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. And you're just like frozen, dude. Like, what the fuck do we do? We're stuck in.
What can you do?
Yeah, and it's like, dude, imagine that was like.
If you got up, what would happen?
Yeah.
You're
gonna fucking fall.
You're still gonna fucking feel the earthquake, you know. I mean, like, when it comes to an earthquake, unless there's like, what did they teach us? Get under the table. Because this last one that just happened in where was it? It was close by because my sister felt it. She works up in Calabasas, and she got all scared. And then she
on the weekday, no, like
yeah. I was working, and then I was like, they're like, did anybody feel that shit? And I was like, I didn't fucking.
Yeah, I didn't feel it either.
Yeah, but she freaked out because she said it sounded bad where she was at. I think it was in Thousand Oaks. That's where it was.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, I just dove under the table, and I'm like, yeah, I mean that's what they teach you because it's like you don't want things falling on you, right? But it's like you would hope that in California the buildings at least are structured to handle earthquakes. My buddy used to work doing that in construction. He would earthquake-proof buildings.
Well, that's cool.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that point, if you're in the theater, bro, like, what can you do? Get under your seat, you know? Like,
dude, that's what I'm like. It felt so, like, weird.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, you know, like, but I've always been like, okay, like, exits are right there, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
just be aware.
Yeah, be aware of your surroundings. Fucking dude.
Don't let people panic, because if people panic, then it just gets out of hand.
Yeah. It just feels so weird. And then I always think about that, too. Like, okay, in case of a fucking... It sucks to think about it like that, you know? But in case of a fucking shooter, like...
Yeah, where the exits? What am I gonna do?
Yeah, you know, like
just hit the ground, cover, dude, like, hide, bro.
What can you do? You know, like it must feel like when I hear these cases of these people like going through it, you know, it just feels so like a dream, dude. You know, like is it happening? Like same thing, you know, like is this really going on right now? You know, like fuck, dude. It just...
know, I've had my friends tell me that it's an awkward feeling having to buy your child Kevlar geared backpacks, because you never know.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
You know, like, and I trip out on that. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're having to buy them military equipment to go to school.
That's insane, huh?
But even then, man, I don't know. What do you think about teachers arming themselves? What if they had a break in case of emergency gun?
I'm okay with that.
Right? Like the kids have no access to it. Like there's a key if you need to.
It's just like a whole system in place.
Kind of like a fire alarm, right?
Yeah. Like, you know, like where it's only accessible for adults. Like
all the teachers, like certain classrooms within the school, right, know that there's a gun.
Yeah.
Present in the building.
I'm cool with that.
Right? And then it's like, because look, man, I think honestly, us as citizens don't take advantage of the Second Amendment as much as we should.
That's true.
I tell all my family, I tell all my friends, get a gun. It's better you have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
It's so true, especially now.
Especially now, bro, because you never know, and that's why I say these shootings are shadow ops, because they want to put the fear of guns into people.
You think they're trying to take away the guns and all that shit?
Absolutely. Anytime that happens, the first thing that comes out of people's mouths, gun reform, gun, take away the guns. It's the fucking guns' fault. I'm like, no, guns are a tool. They don't kill people. Yeah. It's the person behind the gun.
That's true, people. Dude. It's the fucking people who are allowed access to that shit.
But if everybody had guns, right? Or if you had enough accessible guns for people to defend themselves, do you think this shit would get out of hand?
Fuck no. That'd be fucking gunned down right away.
Are you kidding me? Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be out.
Right?
They would have no chance.
No chance.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's like, you know, why? And this is why. Why do they always attack the most vulnerable places, right? You don't go charging into a fucking military base and shoot them down, right? You don't go to the
cop
fucking
station and shit, dude.
You know, you don't go to the fucking. Honestly, they don't go to like any government buildings and try to shoot them down, because they're the ones that are doing all this shit, right? What the fuck do little kids in an elementary school?
Yeah, that's fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck did they do to them?
Yeah, dude, that's horrible.
And then the way the they reacted is. It's disgusting, bro.
Yeah, no excuse, dude. It was in all the videos that came out too. That's why I'm glad, like, in a way, there's surveillance too, you know, because we're allowed to see all that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, all the police brutality for the fucking Black Lives Matters. Like, people try to discredit it, like, oh, all I did was cause Ryan. Shut the fuck up. No, it exposed police brutality
that we've been knowing for years.
Yeah, that they have been telling us for decades, bro. For fucking decades, like they're fucking mistreating us. They're like, what? You guys are crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then like, no, look. Dude, I've seen so many people discredit George Floyd because they say he had high doses of fentanyl.
All the excuses, dude.
In his bloodstream. And I'm like, okay, once someone's dead, how hard is it to put fentanyl in their system?
And even then, like, why does that matter, dude?
Yes. Why does it matter? He's a human
being, you know, like.
Who cares what kind of fucking drugs? They said it was enough to put down a horse, bro. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Dude.
And come on, to treat him like that, there's video, dude.
There's video footage of the neck being on the knee.
And he's like, I can't breathe, you know?
9 minutes. Get the fuck off, bro.
So, there's no excuse.
Not only that, like, you're panicking at that point. Your heart rate is up, bro. Dude, because you're already having trouble to breathe.
And that's crazy, because have you ever been, like,
arrested.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I was arrested in high school.
Yeah?
Yeah, they fucking put me. Yeah, they cuffed me, put me in a car, and fucking took me back to school.
Oh shit, you're ditching?
Yeah, National Ditch Day.
They caught your ass.
They caught like 40 of us, bro, in some apartment. That shit was funny, man.
By Polly or what?
Yeah. You remember Edgar?
Edgar, yeah.
The fucking.
But he went to the military too, no?
Yeah, he went to the army.
Yeah, he got into like some debate with me online, dude.
Recently?
No, like a long time ago. No, because he was like very like American.
He was always conservative.
Like,
he lost faith in the Republican Party.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I would tell him,
Trump, dude.
Oh, okay. Because I would tell him, dude, like, hey, you know, because I'm very socialist, dude. So like, I would tell him a bunch of shit like about American and all this shit, and then he'd be like, no, you know, like,
American number one.
Yeah, American number.
Yeah.
And then but I'm like, that's why I dropped it, dude. But I was like, whatever, you know. But what happened? Go on.
Oh, nothing. He as we were leaving that fucking party, the police fucking kicked down the fucking door. Crack that fool in the face.
No.
Yeah, dude. And I remember seeing like the shadows walk by the window, and next thing you know, bah, bah, and then that shit just like hits him, dude. What fuck, yeah.
Fuck? What apartment?
It was some dude named David. He was younger than us, and he was like a year or two younger than us. He was like a skater.
But by Poly, like an apartment by Poly, or
it was by Sunset, so more like Sun Valley. Sun Valley going to like Burbank.
And what happened? Like, why the fuck did they break it down?
Well, because there was like
snitched,
dude.
What was the thing? What happened?
It was National Ditch Day. We were in an apartment complex on the second story, and it was like 40 of us, dude.
So it was nobody's apartment.
It was his parents' apartment,
and everybody was just right there chilling outside.
And we were just there drinking, smoking, so it stunk. It was no like whoever the fuck was in that building on the. It's like a Tuesday or something or a Monday, you know?
Shit.
Nobody's supposed to be here and you're having a fucking party with kids. Yeah, dude. Like you could hear them clinking bottles and shit. Like we were being loud. And yeah, someone I guess called the cops on us. And like I said, it was the National Ditch Day. So it's like
everybody's.
Yeah. I had been to a couple. And then some girls jumped out of the fucking bathroom window.
What the fuck?
From the second story, dude. Trying to evade the cops. One of them, I remember she fucked her back up, dude. Because she, like, after that, she walked with, like, a limp and shit.
No.
Yeah.
Is anybody that we know?
I don't know if you knew her. But she was younger than us. She was, like, 2 years younger than us. Wait, when did you transfer to San Fernando?
No, I
or you didn't go to transfer. You went to...
Discovery.
Yeah.
That was, like, in...
10th grade?
Like, ends of 10th grade, dude.
Ends of 10th grade? Yeah.
Because I missed, like, 11 and 12.
I think this might have been
when probably that time
senior year.
Yeah, I probably don't know. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Shit happens. But yeah, they arrested all of us and took us back in
to school.
Yeah, to school.
Did they call your mom?
I believe they did, but she didn't answer. I almost got away with it too. They almost let me go because they took each and every one of us into like a counselor's office, and then they met us like, "Whoa, what the fuck happened? What the fuck were you doing there?" You know? And then they're like, "Well, you don't have red eyes. You're not like everybody else that I brought into this room." So I guess I had like sobered up by that point. And then she's like, I guess I'll let you go. And then one of the deans came in, and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna let him go." And he's like, "No. Whoever was there was fucking getting their parents called." And then,
what a fucking
I was like, "Yeah, dude." I'm like, "You motherfucker, dude." And then, so they called her, and I don't think she ever found out because it went straight to voicemail. She was working, and then I think she didn't know how to operate a cell phone at that time, you know, because like 2008, 2009, and so she never really found out. But I didn't get charged or anything.
Dang, you got lucky, man.
Yeah, I have gotten charged with truancy before, but that was a different like time I was ditching. I went to Hollywood in the morning, and it was like dead empty, dude. And it was like me and a homegirl, and we were fucking like cops pulled us up real quick. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing out here?
Some youngsters.
Yeah, like we still have our backpacks, you know, and then. She got in trouble with her parents and fucking hated me out there. It was pretty funny, dude.
Yeah, so, but you never gotten like mistreated like by the cops and shit like that? Like,
yes, I have actually.
Yeah?
I've been held at gunpoint by these fucking
No.
Ass. Yes.
Where?
Eagle Rock. Yeah. Wow. Fuck. I think it was like shortly after high school.
What the fuck?
I went to some show out there, and then I remember this shit too. I went with some friends, and we went to go buy 40s down the the street. I don't know. Eagle Rock's weird.
Yeah.
Los Angeles is built on weird like terrain, right? You got like mountains sometimes and weird terrain, right? Nothing's fucking leveled and shit. And so this thing's like on the top of a hill, and if you go down the hill, there's like a liquor store right there that leads to like another intersecting street, whatever. And so me and my buddy, we go down there to get some 40s. I give him a 20. He goes, and then I don't know what the fuck happened, but I think he dropped my money. And so like as we're walking back, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't have your money." And I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah." And so well, let's go back. So we went back, and then like I remember as we walked back to the liquor store, because he's the one that had like a fake ID or some shit like that. Yeah, you know how it was back in the day. Yeah. So he's the one that was buying the beer and shit, and then so he fucking, as we walk, like as we get to the front door, I see I don't know who it was, or someone was there like sitting talking to someone else in the building. And then I guess as we got there, like he found my money all of a sudden. Right. And then all of a sudden, yeah, right? He's like, "Oh yeah, man, I got it right here." And I was like, "Oh, you fucking idiot. Well, let's go back then." And as we're leaving, I see the fucking guy looking at us, and he like pushes a button.
What?
Yeah. And then shortly after, as we're walking up the hill, like he's on one side of the street and I'm on another side of the street. And then fucking like, yeah, we're walking up, and then all of a sudden a fucking cop car pulls up from behind me. He's like, "Hey man," I was like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Up the street. Why? What's up?" He's like, "Well, what do you like? Well, why do you got your hands in your pocket?" And I'm like, "No, just." He's like, "Take your hands out of your pocket." And I'm like, "No, man, I'm good." "For what?" You know? He's like, "Take your hands out of your pocket."
Fuck.
And I'm like, "For what?" And at that point, he's fucking whipped it out. He's like, "Take your fucking hands out of your pocket," you know? And I was like, "Oh fuck, like this motherfucker," you know? Like, what could I do at this point, you know? My buddy's on the other side. He's just watching this shit go on, and like, he's not gonna fucking get involved.
Yeah, of course,
you know? And then like I had a zip up, like a little zip up hoodie, and I had a 40 ounce. I had a 40 ounce right here. Obviously, I'm fucking underage. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, man, I just got my 40, you know, like what's up?" He's like, "No," I'm like, "I ain't got shit, bro. Like, I want to keep my 40."
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know, but this motherfucker took it to that extremity, and he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "We fucking got some call and said someone had a weapon or this and that." I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I was like, "Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit," you know. But at the end of the day, I think he just made me pour out my 40 and like told me to get the fuck out of it. But still, dude, like I'm a fucking 19-year-old kid.
Yeah, getting a fucking gun.
And then this dude just points his fucking gun at me because what? I didn't want to fucking take my hand. I wasn't doing anything. I was walking back to the show. I'm like, I'm just going up the street right here. What the fuck do you want? Yeah. You know?
And basically back then, shit like that was like more okay for them because it wasn't like on video. You get me?
Yeah, they weren't.
Imagine like how
they
many
could use that force.
Fuck yeah, dude! Imagine how much they got away with before all these cameras got in place. Dude.
Have you seen the 7.5?
No, what is that?
It's like a little documentary on Netflix. I saw it on Netflix, and it's about like police, a specific policeman or a district. The 7.5 in New York, and like all the corruption they were fucking doing there. And then, dude, until they got investigated, they found all that shit out. But when they were running amok, bro, they were treating us like shit. Oh, because who was watching? And I think they even said it was an SNL skit where Jim Carrey was training police officers, and then he tells they think they're shooting, and they're like, "Shoot the targets," and then they're like all shooting the bad guys that are there, and they're like, "No, not those, these," and then it's like the press that is like filming them, and it's like, yeah, that goes to show you that the cops back then they were doing all kinds of fuck shit, and they were shooting down on people that were fucking catching it.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, dude, renting like DVDs of. I forget what it's called, dude. I think it was like Cop Watch or something like that. People that used to like record
cops doing fucked up shit.
Yeah, and like asking them the rights. Yeah, dude. Even before like the internet and all that, like there was like people. Man. Yeah, and that's what I'm like. Oh shit, that's cool because they were like people, like knowing their rights. You know, like and they were documenting everything, and when they were arresting people, and they would ask them questions and everything like that. Like, oh, stay quiet. You know, like know your rights and I don't know what. And the cops would be like, hey, to back up. And it's like, no, I know my rights and I don't know what. And it was like those big cameras actually, like, yeah. Like, so it was back in the day when people were actually like still doing that, and nowadays it's like, dude, more accessible. So it's cool.
Personally, people say defund the police. I think we need to fucking get rid of them.
Where the police?
Get rid of them, dude. Like, they're too corrupt. They're too, I don't know.
But it's a gang, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's own gang.
They have the us versus them mentality. Yeah. And they know it. They know that people don't like them.
Yeah.
Because they don't help us. When's the last time you ever had a police and you thought to yourself, thank God they're here?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like anytime in any place I have ever been involved and police were there, they've made a bad situation worse.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing for me.
That's true.
Never have they ever...
like, oh yes, the cops are here.
Yes, right? Yeah. Fuck those motherfuckers just hearing them say. But you know what? And then I was actually reading somewhere that a lot of the LAPD isn't even from LA.
What do you mean?
They outsource their workers from different parts of the country.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because a police officer, well, even firefighters too, they can kind of set their schedule to be here and work for long, like multiple days at a time consecutively, and then take consecutive days off. So I could just be here working as a cop and then go back home in like Tennessee and stay there for a few days and then come back.
Okay. But that's not cool.
Yes, right? Because they don't know this, this area. They're from somewhere else coming in with their own fucking like expectations and morals and shit. And yeah, so it's like they don't know these people, and that's why I think the police force we have now doesn't work, right? Because they get handled all kinds of shit, dude. They're not qualified to handle mental health issues.
Yeah,
they just gun them down.
Agree, dude.
They just gun them down. You need specialists for that.
Yeah,
and this is the shit that like Reagan got rid of.
Yeah,
for his Reaganomics bullshit.
Fucking asshole, dude.
The devil, dude.
Reagan, he's like one of the worst fucking people ever, dude. He fucked everything up.
I don't know how much of it was him though, because the dude was an actor.
Yeah,
right.
He was one of the first presidents who became an actor
that became a president.
Yeah,
you got Zelensky running Ukraine right now too. That motherfucker used to be an actor. Look at all the shit that's going on with him.
It just shows you it's all a show, dude.
It's all a show, man. If you can play the role,
someone who is doing commercials, dude. Like he's gonna be a fucking president.
He's a selling point. Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
right.
But go on with your point though.
Yeah, so fucking Reaganomics, they got rid of all these fucking social services that they were using, mental health.
That's fucked up, dude. People getting shot down like that,
Cops, they come to know these people, bro. They come to know these people because they have to handle them so much. They get called on them so much, and it's like that's not their job. Protect and serve, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't protect and serve us. They protect and serve rich people.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah, rich people and property. Because I remember I had my car parked in front of my house. Someone totaled it. My next door neighbor woke me up at like 3 a.m. He's like, "Hey man, they just hit your car." I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, man. Fuck? I go outside, and I don't know if you remember my house, but I have a street light in front of my house.
Yeah,
like literally
street right there.
My driveway, yeah,
it's a street right there.
My driveway, and then there's a street light like right in front of my house. They hit my car so hard that it knocked down that street lamp.
What?
Yeah. So I remember calling the cops when this shit first happened. They're like, "Okay, we'll send somebody out," and then I did not mention the street light. I was like, someone came, hit my car, and totaled it. And they're like, "Okay, we'll send somebody." Like, all right, cool. Like 2-3 hours, dude. Nothing. Nothing, bro. Yeah. My parents went to work, like it was 5-6 in the morning, and I'm just like out there waiting for them like a fucking idiot. And then I call them again, and then I'm like, my car got hit, and they knocked down a street light. And then she's like, "Okay, yeah, we'll send somebody." So I'm like, "Man, motherfuckers." And I think I was in like chanclas or something. So I was like, I'm gonna go inside, put my shoes on. From the time it took me to go inside, put my shoes on, I come back, there's a fucking cop already there, dude. Literally, like, I went in and out, and there's a fucking cop there, bro. Like, 5 minutes. 5 minutes after that call was made, that fucking dude was there. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally. Then I remember someone telling me that shit, too. It's like, if you ever want the cops to show up quickly, mention that there's damage to public property.
Wow.
Because they have to report that.
Life hack, dude.
They have to report that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I had similar experience, dude. A long time ago when, like, my sister got into, like, some shit with her ex-boyfriend. And, like, there was, like, some physical shit going on, you know? Like, and we called the cops and everything. Like, hey, you know, he's trying to get physical and aggressive and shit. You know, can you call the cops? I mean, can you come over here? And, like, yeah, we'll send somebody right now. Dude, like, 2 hours passed by. Finally, somebody came by, and then they were like, oh, so what's the problem? I'm like, well, that was long gone. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, and then they're like,
where the fuck are you at?
I'm like, why did, and I even asked them, you could even ask my sister. I told them, I'm like, why did it take so long for you guys to show up? You know, like, and they're like, oh, we just respond to the first person that says it to us or something like that. Some excuse, dude. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, that's some fucking bullshit, dude. Yeah. Like, this person could have fucking been like beating the shit out of like both of us, like right now.
Killed you guys?
Yeah, dude. And it's like, really? Like,
1 hour later.
Yeah, you basically, literally, dude. It was just like, what the fuck, dude? And they're just like, oh yeah, so we just respond to the, like, just some nonchalant shit.
Yeah, because that's their gig, bro. And I'm
like, but now that you say that, property, you know, it's like,
how often do you think they get domestic violence calls though? Think about it.
Yeah, that's true,
right? Man. And then they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, another one."
Again, you know,
yeah, like, here we go again. Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly, bro.
Fuck, but it's just so annoying, dude. Like, that's when I, like, it clicked in my head. I'm like, these fools don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. They don't care about.
They don't give a fuck, you know?
Right? If anything, the less of us they have to deal with, the better, bro. Mm-hmm. That whole like, oh, cops are good people, good mentality. No, hell no. Have you heard of the Justice 8?
No, what is that?
Oh my god, bro. Please look into them. They are Alex Enamorado. He's
are they the ones that are locked up right now?
Yes. He was helping out the street vendors.
Yeah, and he's locked up.
And then they're locked up, yeah.
And they're like getting some lengthy sentence, no? Like a very like long sentence.
They're getting fucked over, bro. One, apparently the dude has stomach cancer and he has to be taking medication. And they're having him in solitary the entire time that he's there. They're mistreating the fuck out of these fuckers because they didn't like what he was doing.
Putting everybody on blast.
Putting the cops on blast. Yeah. Not everybody. He was putting the cops on blast. I fucking loved it, dude. He would talk so much shit to them. You're a fucking bitch, this and that. And then they didn't do shit. And yeah, they fucking knew.
And they labeled them as terrorists too.
Yeah, they labeled them as terrorists too. That's a lot of people don't like the way how he talks to police. But I'm like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. That's what they fucking deserve, dude. If you ain't doing your fucking job, if you ain't doing what my taxes are paying your fucking salary for, then fuck you, man. Yep. Right?
Like, who are you? Like, why do you put yourself on a pedestal where you're higher than us? Like, talk to us like in a certain way. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You're just like us, you know? Like, what the fuck? Absolutely. Like, hell nah, dude. You don't deserve that respect.
No.
It has to be, like, earned. You get me? Like, it's even. And the way you've been treating, dude. Fuck. It reminds me of this one time my mom, we were in the freeway, dude. And the cop, like, some highway patrol, like, went behind her and they turned on the lights. And they told her to pull over, you know? And, dude, they were talking, like, so bad to her, you know? I felt so bad, dude. Because, like, they're, like, talking down to her, like, don't you understand when I turn on the lights? It means you have to move. And then she was just like, I'm sorry, you know? I'm sorry, officer, you know? Like, she was scared, dude. You know? Like, and it's just like, you're lucky I let you out, like, I don't give you a ticket because of that, you know. That's something fine. And I'm just like, dude, I feel so fucking bad, like, mad, you know, like, because it's like, how dare you talk to somebody like that doesn't even know, like, they're just probably scared, you know.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, dude. Whenever you see those blue lights flash behind you,
like, what are you, like, what the fuck? Nobody knows. Like, okay, let's in the freeway, you know, like, it was just so, like, dude, eye opening too.
Unnecessary.
You know? Like, yeah.
For what?
And it's probably that cop having like a bad day or some shit, you know. That is no excuse, dude.
That's no excuse.
No, like, it's fucked up, man.
Don't bring your bullshit to the job.
Yeah, I don't really have good history with cops either.
Yeah, and I honestly question people too. Like, if you have a good experience with a police officer, by all means, right? Because then I see posts where like a cop does something good, and then everybody's like, yes, you know, like applauding and sucking their dick, like, you know. I'm like, all right, relax. Like, that's one good cop from like the thousands of fucking
doing his job
shit ones that fucking, you know, and they're still doing their fucking shit, dude. They're still killing people, like, indiscriminately.
Yeah,
black, brown, whatever. Like, they'll gun you down, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, why do you think all these protests were happening? You know, like, it's not just because, you know, like, there's a reason behind that. You know, people were tired of that shit already.
Yeah, they were.
You know, it's just like, dude, come on.
I like John Oliver. I like his.
He was on the Daily Show.
He was on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, but he's got his own show now in HBO. He's had it for a while, and I think they're like 11 seasons deep. But at least like since the pandemic and shit, I've been watching it. And he's got a lot of takes on like all that shit, dude. COVID, police brutality, and fuck, man, like,
makes sense.
It makes sense. There was one where like a black girl where she's like they're lucky that we're just rioting, you know. It's like, because if we were really angry, we'd be coming for more.
That's true, man.
And it's true, dude. You know, like, they should be grateful that they're just burning buildings down instead of fucking pitchfork and, you know, mauling the all the white people and shit for all the shit that they've put black people up through. Man.
That's true, huh?
Yeah, dude. It's fucking, I don't know where that entitlement came from or what made them think, you know, like you know, because have you seen Django too? You know, where they talk about like what is it? Eugenics or some shit like that. Where they pretty much say that black people are an inferior race because of being black and this and that, but like that was all bullshit. Like, but that's what they believed back in the day. That was what they believed. Fucking Nazis believe that shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You know,
that's all true, man. That's stupid though.
It is. Yeah, no, we're all genetically very similar. You know,
I think that's very like primitive in a way.
I don't know what it is.
To think that way.
Almost, yeah. I mean, because we're also we're 2 chromosomes away from being chimpanzees.
Yeah.
Right? We're more genetically similar to chimpanzees than chimpanzees are to gorillas.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
Right? And fucking, but...
Tell that to a religious person, dude.
So, nah.
They won't believe that shit at all, dude.
That's blasphemy.
Yeah, how dare you?
That's the talk of Satan.
Yeah, dude. But that's a trip though.
Yeah, dude, right? We're fucking more genetically similar to chimpanzees than chimpanzees are to gorillas. But I mean, study their behavior, right? I think, when I was in the Navy, which is 5-6 years ago, they were talking about how they found apes using tools, right? And that's signs of evolution. Right? They're using tools.
Yeah.
That's the shit that they would tell us about our fucking ancestors. You know, the Neanderthals, the Homo habilis, and, you know, we're Homo sapiens. And we're supposed to be the pinnacle, but they say it's a narcissistic way of thinking to think that your ancestors were any stupider than what the people of today are. You know?
I think so.
Absolutely.
It's arrogant, you know, in a way.
Yes. Yeah, they think just because it's
different.
Yeah, it was a different time. They had different things, and they prevailed. They persevered, and that takes work, dude. That takes knowledge. But that's just the way things go, you know, like evolution, right? What's gonna? I think they fear the day that something comes after us, right?
Yeah.
What's the next step in our evolution?
What is the next step?
Right?
What do you think?
Personally?
Yeah. Because I have some things in mind.
All right. Yeah. I think we're gonna upload our consciousness into,
that's close to what I'm thinking too,
into computers and essentially gain immortality, but, you know, obviously to a certain degree. Because honestly, the only thing that holds, like, what is a human being, right? Like, it's your mind, right? Your mind is the control room.
Yeah.
Right? That's where everything's going on. You see it through your eyes. You speak through your mouth. You breathe through your nose. But at the end of the day, the body itself is like a machine, right? They say that it's like the soul is the operator, and then it's a skeleton mecha with flesh armor. You know, like, and so if you can download your consciousness into something that doesn't degrade or, you know, doesn't age, right? Because growing, honestly, like watching people grow, watching how biology takes place, you know,
that's true.
What's that if you have a boat, what's that guy's boat?
Who? Noah?
No, Noah. I forget the philosopher. You have a boat, right? And one day a piece of the boat breaks. Fuck. So you replace that part.
How long is it until you replace it? And
then eventually the boat wears off to the point where you replace everything on the boat. Is that still the same boat?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Why?
Because it's not the original, like, me. That's why I was going to tell you right now. Like, about the uploading your consciousness.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude. Because I'm similar to that route. Like, I feel like that's where it's leading to. Yeah. But I feel like I don't want it to lead to that, dude.
You don't want it to go to that. No. And what would you like?
Because I feel like what it's leading to now, what it seems like, it's like more AI. You get me?
Yeah.
It's more like putting chips into our body.
Neuralink is a thing.
Yeah. Right? So it's like, I feel like that's our next step. Even though we're not
ex machina,
like we're not yeah, exactly,
cyborgs or androids and shit.
Androids, dude. I feel like we're already in the next chapter of evolution, but we're not like,
we haven't accepted it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Matrix is real.
Yeah,
it's just there, normalizing itself.
And it's like we can't accept it yet because we're not seeing it from like a different perspective, you know. Yes. But we're witnessing it right now, like the fact that we're even talking about how you said the Neuralink is a thing. Yes. You know, like we're already there. Yeah. You know, so I feel like that's where we're headed to. And it scares me to think that it's going to get to a point where only our consciousness exists. But then is that even going to be you anymore? Because is it? Yeah. Because you're, like you said, your body is experiencing, like you're smelling these things, you know, you're hearing these things, tasting these things because of this body and this physical thing. Like the pain that you feel, you know, the fact that we're grabbing things. And then when you no longer experience that, then
is anything...
Yeah, what is it then?
Is that reality?
Yeah, it's like...
Have you seen The Matrix? Like,
yeah, I love The Matrix. Right? It's my favorite movie.
Where the dude's having the steak dinner. He's like, I know this isn't real.
I know this isn't real, but
I fucking love it. Yeah.
You know, and it's like, is it going to lead to that, dude? I think so?
Man. Well, también, you have Meta creating that fucking... The Meta World, yeah.
With
Facebook. You can buy real estate
like
there.
Like a Ready Player One, no?
Pretty much, yeah. And that's part of the Matrix, bro. Like, damn, dude. If we're all fucking like plugged in the back of our heads, right? Like we're just there. Like,
isn't that theory though, that there's a 50-50 chance that we are already in the Matrix?
50-50-90.
What do you mean?
They always told us this thing in the military, like 50-50-90, where something's 50-50, 90% of the time it's gonna go the way you don't want it to.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, dude. But that's just some. I say that shit. Yeah. No. It's honestly, it's more of a joke. Yeah. Yeah. Just to like, you know, because whenever you tell it, they'll fucking look. I tell that to my friends, and they're like, "What the fuck? No, 50-50 is 50-50, motherfucker." They always make fun of me.
Yeah, because they say it's true, dude. Like, I mean, the simulation theory is almost believable. At
this point, yes. Like, the way we were going, the way everything's fucking... Because honestly, I think that's what people want the most. They want immortality. They want to be here forever.
I don't want to be here forever.
Good. You shouldn't.
No.
You shouldn't. You know, that's what Buddhist monks try to achieve, right?
What?
Nirvana is the breaking.
This key, huh?
Is breaking the cycle of reincarnation. We are reincarnated multiple times.
And that you know what? You're so right, dude. Because I feel like a lot of people miss that point in Buddhism.
Yeah.
Because they think that it's about reincarnation and reincarnating into your next life.
No.
But it doesn't make sense, dude. Because then how are you gonna learn from your past life if you don't even remember your past life? So it's
not just that. So what it is, we start from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Your first life you're something minuscule, you know, plant, animal, something, you know. As you reincarnate, you gain more and more intelligence, more, and like you move up, I guess, in the echelon of beings, right?
Yeah.
The last couple of levels of reincarnation are the most difficult because that's when you acquire real knowledge, right? You understand how things work, and then you essentially don't want to leave it. Mm-hmm. People get stuck to it, right? You get that's why monks, they don't have worldly possessions, because they understand you can't be tied to this world. Mm-hmm. And when people keep reincarnating and they're in the highest state of reincarnation, they don't want to go. They like it. They love it. Being human, like I've even told my friends, like I don't like humans, but I like being a human. It's you know, the human experience is fun.
Enjoying the experience is what it's about.
But that's we're essentially at the highest point of reincarnation in Buddhist theory. Mm. So at this point, it's love it. Yeah, if you love it, right? This is awesome, dude. You know. But
I'm not selfish, you know. Like I don't want to keep reliving this because I'm like I know
you gotta let go.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta let go. You can't have any worldly possession. And that includes everything, anything and everything, bro. Family, your children, your loved ones.
And I think that's what's hard, huh? Because like religion sells this this like, oh, well, you can live forever.
Yes.
You know, like heaven,
paradise. You know, keep coming back, baby. Yeah, because we got you.
Like, this isn't the end. This is the beginning.
Yeah,
you know? Like fuck.
And then honestly, I remember. So my mom had an ectopic pregnancy before she had me.
Oh shit.
That's why she named me Jesus too, because when she lost that baby, it ruptured one of her fallopian tubes.
Oh shit, dude.
So yeah, the doctors told her like your chances of having a child are slim to none, dude. She's like, okay, she understood, but they still tried anyway. And here comes my ass and but so when she had an ectopic pregnancy, I don't know if you know about those. Mm-mm. They usually happen within the first trimester, usually around the first 2 months, 8 weeks is when they usually happen. She went to Disneyland and she knew she was pregnant at the time. And she wanted to tell my dad later on as a surprise. For I think maybe his birthday or something like that. I don't know. But she wanted to give it to him later on as a surprise. And they went to Disneyland one day. And she remembers that she got on the Matterhorn. And you know how if you go on roller coasters, one of the first things they warn you about is if you're pregnant, do not get on this ride. Yeah. So she thought about it, but she was like, oh no, well, fuck it. She got on, dude. Yeah. She got on. And she remembers like there was one part in the fucking ride where like the Matterhorn, like it's pretty, like the turns are like gung gung gung, And she's like, there was one drop that she fucking felt, and she like felt her stomach like sink, and she like, oh fuck, like what the fuck was that, and then she's like, oh shit, whatever. She toughed it out, bro. She kept going, and then she's like, the next day, I think she said she went to the bathroom and like blood was coming out. She's like, what the fuck, like, okay, it's just like, and then I think she went like a couple days more to the point where she was like she couldn't take the pain anymore. Fuck, dude. She, and she's like, call it, take me to the hospital, get me the fuck out of here, dude. And then they took her into the ambulance, and they're fucking like, hey, like, don't fall asleep, wake the fuck up, like, stay with us, stay with us, And she tells me that my madrina fucking was with her in the ambulance. She's like, hey, you gotta take care of your daughter, because she only had my sister at that point. She's like, you got your baby girl, And my mom to this day, she swears she fucking died on the ambulance, bro. Yeah. Yeah. She's like, I don't know what it was. She's like, I just remember telling, I think my uncle was there too. She's like, just take care of Ellie, my sister. She's like, just take care of Ellie. And that she's like, she's just like, oh. And she's like, it was the best feeling in the world. She's like, I felt so like relieved, huh? My suffering, my pain was gone. She was just the most releasing feeling in the world. Damn. And she's like, but they ended up resuscitating her and bringing her back. And then the doctor told her, like, you died. Like, oh shit. Yeah, you legit died for us for a little bit, and yeah, and I always think about it. I'm like, you know what? Because honestly, like, I do think about death a lot, especially like with psychedelics too. Yeah. Like, you know, it challenges your mind to go into those places that you normally would not go to. I
love it.
Yeah, and I think that's what people need a lot of the time.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think people do need to experiment more with psychedelics because it opens your mind. It makes you think of things, look at things in different perspectives.
Yeah, it makes you reflect too.
Yes. That is 100% true. I always tell people too, I'm like, dude, take an eighth of mushrooms. I'll be with you. I'll sit with you. Fuck, I think like I'll exercise your demons because, you know, it helps, man.
It does.
It helps. Therapeutic wise. And I love that our society is taking that taking that role more, you know, using MDMA or psilocybin, yes, for therapeutic uses to treat like depression and PTSD, right?
It's a real thing.
Because it is a real thing. Like we want to discredit this shit like it's not, you know, real, but it's like, no, people are suffering, you know, and that is one way to help them. If it helps, why not?
Exactly, dude.
Like, why?
If it's not harming, you know, like...
Mushrooms is a Schedule 1 drug. Why?
That's so stupid. It all goes back to the whole Reaganomics, too, though.
Yes, yeah.
The drug, you know...
Say no to drugs, right? That whole campaign, Nancy Reagan, dude.
It all goes back to that.
Yeah,
you know?
It's because they don't want you to fucking be aware. They don't want you to open your mind. They don't want you to question things.
Yeah.
They'd rather have you sit down and comply, right? My cousin sent me this video of a basic social experiment. You know, the one where it's like you have the actors that are sitting down filling something out, and then every now and then you'll hear like a bell ring and they'll stand up. So the actors are in on it. They like, you know,
they stand up every time
they're setting up the experiment, and then you get people coming in that aren't part of the experiment, and you see how they fucking
follow that same
and eventually you get enough people to do it, and you remove the actors, they're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah,
you know, they're gonna keep sitting up, sitting down when the bell rings, and it's like, yeah, people, and then they even like they would bring in cases where the person wouldn't comply, and they would take it, and they would remove them. Yeah. They would remove them from the experiment. Yes, instantly too.
Is it Darren Brown?
The one who did it.
The mental. He's like a psychologist. He does his experiments like. Dude,
well, no, this is a basic like
experiment they done.
I'm a sociology major.
Okay.
They talk about this like in one of the first things you learn about in sociology, right? We do social experiments. Another one we do is like when you get a group of people and you know like get them all to look in the sky and point, and then like you get like people who aren't part of it, like are they gonna look up or are they not gonna look up? You know, like
I had to do that for my psychology experiment.
Yeah. You know, like you fuck with people like that. Those are all. Then that's why I say
it just shows you like how humans are so like. What is it like? They're so susceptible, you know.
To peer pressure and
to follow society,
follow the herd. Yes, and that's what I mean. I'm saying the pandemic was also a social experiment. Who was complying? Who wasn't? What were like? How were they resisting? You know, and yeah, dude, it was that's social experiment fucking to see who's following the rules, man.
You know which one's funny too? The elevator one.
Yeah, if you're facing backwards and then like people come in, they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, yeah, those are fun. We've done those before when we were fucking in class. One of my professors, she would talk about in graduate school all the experiments she would run, and people would recognize her on the campus, like, "Oh, you're that lady that fucking they're like doing experiments and shit." Funny, she's like, "Fuck, man!" Like, well, I guess they're catching on, but you know.